All right, welcome to a very special post-fight reaction show here on Ringside Reporter Podcast. Let me tell you what, we're going to talk about the Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia fight. Obviously, the only fight we're talking about on the pay-per-view card. I'll tell you that right now. I was shocked. I mean, I expected a one-sided fight, but yeah, I was pretty shocked about how it went down. And I didn't give him a round, and neither did any. When was the last time you saw a major fight like this end in a shutout? I mean, one of the guys gave him like a 10-8 round. I mean, everybody gave him 120 to 1 of the, and the punch count from Garcia was just awful. Awful. I mean, he landed, 75 punches through the fight?
It was 45 after 8 rounds.
Yeah. I mean, literally, he was doing nothing, man. I mean, I texted Beeb, I think right around the second round, I think it was right around the second round, and said, man, this guy needs to start throwing something. I mean, he really needs to start throwing something. But, yeah, man, I mean, this was, I don't know, and to this day, and we'll never find out what Mikey Garcia saw in Errol Spence, but whatever he saw was an illusion. You know, I mean, and listen, man, I'm the last guy to pile on and say that I told you so, but I told you so. I'm just saying, I'm the last. Robert, remind me of something. Did I have a bet on this or something like that? Did I?
Yeah. Guess what? You got your title back.
That's right, baby.
He's the only guy that brags. Baby. He's the only guy that brags when he hits a 4-1 favorite.
That's right, baby.
You act like you did something great. It was a 4-1 favorite.
I reeled Beeb in the other day.
I reeled him in like a fish.
I set him up because I knew just how to play him, baby. He walked right into the trap, just like Mikey ran into punches all night. That's how Beeb ran into my right hand. Just set him up, turned him, boom. He's out cold, son. That's the way it went down.
That's right, Eric Chalk Lorda. That's what
he spelled champ wrong. That's what it was. He spelled champ wrong. Notorious isn't a very good speller. That's
what it is.
Oh, my God.
Man, hit that fucking like button.
That's right. Smash that like button.
And in case people don't know where that came from, we did a show on Friday, and Beeb was absolutely losing his mind, and that's what I said.
Hey, Georgie,
I wanted to.
How is that?
Robbie.
Georgie's in the chat.
We don't need a play-by-play.
Yeah. I'm going to drink some loser tears now, buddy. That's right. Hey, Beeb, how'd your boy do tonight? How'd he do? How'd he do tonight?
It's a close fight.
If they were going 100 rounds.
Hey, you know what, though? My hat goes off to Errol Spence because the narrative going into this fight was if Mikey could take his punch, then he's going to win because he has the better boxing skills. But Errol Spence showed that his boxing skills were right there with Mikey's, and they looked to be better than Mikey's because that jab was perfect tonight. He kept changing up the rhythm of that jab. He wasn't throwing it, at the same speed over and over again. And Mikey could not get. You mentioned that Mikey didn't throw a lot of punches. He could throw a lot of punches because that jab kept breaking up his rhythm, and because he was changing up the rhythm of that jab, Mikey could not get. He couldn't time it. He couldn't time it, and he couldn't get himself set to set up his own offense. So I thought that Mikey would be able to make those little subtle side steps, make those little subtle moves to create punching angles for himself, and I thought he would sneak those straight shots inside of Errol Spence's looping shots, but Errol Spence fought a beautiful fight from the outside tonight, and no one really anticipated him actually boxing like that from the outside. What we did expect, or at least most of us did, was that Errol Spence would fight the fight like he did in the second half, how he kind of took it to Mikey and then tried to get inside and walk him back like he did, in the rounds 7 through 12. So, Errol Spence showed us, a lot more than him being just a swarmer, being just an aggressive fighter. He showed us great boxing skills, and he outboxed the boxer tonight. And he did it in extremely, extremely impressive fashion. So my hat goes off to him. And credit to Mikey Garcia. He took on a great challenge. Who else would have done something like that in their first fight in the division? Take on the best guy without having a couple warm-ups in between. So we got to give credit to both fighters. But Errol Spence fought a beautiful fight, and I think that jab, at least I underrated how good that jab really was and how good the boxing skills. Because another thing too is his defense was beautiful too. He was slipping shots. He actually moved his head tonight. He moved his head beautifully tonight.
He had really good defense.
Yeah, his defense was on every. I mean, I don't know, man. I after seeing this, I mean, I picked Spence to beat Crawford before, but now this gave me even more confidence that he would beat Crawford.
I tell you what, man. Yeah, I don't know who wins that fight, man. I mean, like I said, I thought Spence won it before. Man, I mean, you got a guy like Mikey Garcia, who I knew coming up in weight. I thought he was going to give him a run for a little bit. I thought he was going to win about 3 to 4 rounds, and then just the pressure, the body pressure, and everything like that's going to get him. I mean, from the first round on, he seemed way too cautious. And I don't know if he tasted that power in the first round or second round, but to me, he just seemed way too cautious. And Centurion's son just said he didn't slow Mikey down. I don't know what fight you were watching. Mikey only threw 75 or landed 75 punches. So, yeah, he pretty much slowed him down.
Eric, put the punch stat machine away, please.
I'm getting it back out, son. You have to. He only landed 75 shots. I mean, let's face it, you didn't need a punch stat machine to score this fight. I mean, it was a shutout all the way. I mean, even Ray Charles could have scored this fight.
But don't use punch stats. I can't stand punch stats. Just say
I'm going to use them. You know what? Now I'm going to use them double. Now I'm going to use them double time because I know you don't like them. How about
just that? Say that Errol was more active and he threw and landed more punches. Hey, don't start giving these.
Beeb, no intimate pie. All right, I want a cream pie.
Now I'm doing the intimates. Now I'm doing the intimates.
No, you're not going to do the intimates. That doesn't count.
I'm doing an apple
in the same league as Corey Lee? Is that what you want to do? You want to watch on a bet?
Don't stop bringing Corey Lee into the argument, please.
Phone lines are open if you guys want to call in 323-870-3857 to talk about the fight or whatever. But yeah, Mikey was coming up in weight, man, and I tell you what, it took a lot. I mean, it took a lot of brass to come up in weight, that's for sure, to fight this guy. Because Beeb was asking me before the fight, do you think he's the best? Do you think he could beat Thurman? Do you think he could beat Porter? My answer, yes. He could beat all those guys. Could he beat Crawford? No. Could he beat, Thurman or Porter? Yeah, absolutely. But Spence is just too big for him. I think he was. That was the thing, man.
You know what the funny thing is? You guys sit there and look at this performance and say that Mikey was too small. He wasn't big enough. Whatever. And I get that.
I don't think so. I mean,
no, but hear me out. But hear me out. But I think Spence does the same thing to Thurman, Porter, and Garcia.
Yeah.
And possibly Manny Pacquiao. So there's no shame in what Garcia did tonight because I think Spence does that to everyone at every welterweight in the PBC, in my opinion.
Put it this way. If Mikey Garcia was a 147-pounder, a natural 147, this fight is the same result. I don't think – I think we're having the same conversation. I don't think that it's a – I think Spence is just a better fighter. And everybody talked about Mikey's,
no, you're right.
Mikey's pedigree and everything like that. But I was the one that said, hey, look, man, it's not like Spence came. But Spence is an Olympic-caliber boxer.
I always said Spence was –
that got lost. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I apologize. I always said Spence was a very skilled fighter, and he was more than just a stalker.
Yeah.
But I thought Mikey was just more skilled. So I was surprised when we put these two in the ring together, actually seeing Errol Spence outthink. He outthought Mikey tonight. Can we agree on that? Like he outskilled Mikey tonight. It wasn't just all about size. He actually outskilled him tonight. Is that fair?
No,
I think that's
he basically put on a clinic, man. That's what he did.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a sparring session. That's what it looked like at times. I mean, it just looked like a sparring session. And Spence didn't get wild. Spence didn't get overzealous with any big shots or anything. And they said before the fight, well, he should follow the blueprint of Kell Brook because Kell Brook had the most success against Spence. Yes, that's true. But Kell Brook is a big guy. It's not, I mean, Kell Brook was coming back down from 160 to fight this guy. It's not like Kell Brook was small. He's a big guy. And so he's got different intangibles than Mikey Garcia. He's got different physical attributes than Mikey Garcia would.
You want to hear something crazy? You want to hear something crazy?
Sure.
Brook is bigger than Spence.
Yeah, we saw it. I mean, he's a big guy.
He's bigger than Spence.
When Brook is bulked up, I mean, he's a big guy. You know.
Knock it off.
Fucking Robbie. Will you chain that dog up for Christ's sakes? If it ain't the dog, it's the train. If it ain't the train,
what are you doing?
I mean, please.
And your mom's taking heat for you. I just heard your mom in the background say, "I'm sorry. It's your fault, Robert."
And you put your mother up there to take the heat for you. It's your job to take care of the dog.
That's right.
Take out the trash.
Yeah.
And clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, why don't you chain the dog up on the way to take out the garbage, all right?
Come on, stay on top of stuff, will you please?
Hey, she's a good watchdog.
Notorious said Robbie's dog is still up.
No, hey, she's a good watchdog. When she barks, we got to pay attention around here.
Nobody sleeps at that house.
Yes, we do.
I was just gonna. Emmanuel Moreno made a great point that I was just gonna ask. How would Errol Spence do against Jarrett Hurd?
Oh my God! I think that's a future fight that will happen. You know that?
But I think he beats Jarrett Hurd.
Yeah, I do.
I was telling my dad, I was like, can you imagine in like a year or two if Spence goes up to middleweight, him and Canelo? My God. That fight could happen next week because, like I said,
I love that.
155. I mean, it's not going to, but I'm just saying.
I think your box is Hurd.
That's insane.
How many weight divisions do you think Spence could compete in?
160 tops.
160.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 160. I think that's his cap.
Hurd is gigantic though, isn't he?
He's a big guy.
He's gigantic.
Yeah. I don't know how long Hurd can stay at that weight.
No, I heard about ready to balloon up too.
Everyone's saying how bad the pay-per-view is, and
that
they
pay-per-view
but you know what made it even worse? All of the fluff we had to deal with in between fights.
God.
Let
me kiss up to this guy for a little while. Oh, Jerry Jones. Oh, Dallas Stadium. If Heidi Androl said Dallas Cowboy Stadium one more time, I'm going to throw up.
I was just about to say, how many times is she going to talk about freaking being in Dallas? Everyone in that stadium has been in Dallas for a week. You know, they were in and out of that stadium doing press conferences and stuff.
Right.
Like they were already adjusted to being in Dallas, Heidi. They already know how it feels, and you should already know how it feels because you've been there all week too.
Oh my God! Is she asked Evander Holyfield what's it like to be in Dallas Stadium? What are you? Stupid?
Yeah, that's correct. She did.
She actually walked by the hot dog vendor who works there and works there friggin' 5 days a week. And you know what she asked him? How's it feel to be in Dallas Stadium? and the guy works there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man!
I'm telling you, this
was unwatchable. I mean, it really was.
This pay-per-view really sucked because, and Fox is a large network. You could tell that this was their first attempt. I hope going forward, if they have more pay-per-views, they bring people from Showtime or maybe HBO that's ran pay-per-views before. I'm talking on the production side of things to, tighten things up because, man, this was bad. Because Eric, you've told me you've been to several PBC fights.
I was just about to say that. Yep.
And when you went, they've had one fight after another. Well, if that's what they do when you go to the fights, why can't they do that when they're putting on a pay-per-view? Why can't they show people at home how they run a regular card, do their pay-per-view cards the same way. I love the text I got. They put in this 6-round fight at 140 pounds, and these two guys comes out, and Eric sends me the text, and he goes, "Who the fuck are these guys?" And I'm like, I have no fucking idea, Eric. I don't have any idea who the hell they are, And then after the first round, and the guy knocked the other guy out, I said, "Well, we don't have to worry about him anymore."
Yeah, right. We don't even care. We don't even need to know who they are.
Yeah.
But on a positive note, at least Ak and Barack weren't there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my God.
Those two
that would have just pushed it over the top. You know what I think though, but Robbie makes a good point. I've been to PBC cards before. And the problem, I think the problem with this one, it was a long way. But if you go to a PBC card, this is no lie either. You sit down, and I don't care if the card's televised or not. You sit down at 5:30, the guys are in the ring. The first fight starts like clockwork on time at 5:30. And if you have to use the restroom or anything like that, hey, sorry about your luck. The fights don't stop. They keep going, and you don't even get out of there until like 12:30. Because as soon as the televised fights are over, they got like 3 or 4 more undercard, swing fights, I guess they call them. I mean, they do a great job. I mean, they really do. They do a great job as far as timing goes. My guess is that Fox ran that pay-per-view, not the PBC. And that's where the timing thing came in, because PBC really does a great job at the events. I mean, if you get a chance to go see a PBC event or whatever, I always recommend that people go do it, because they do a great job. They really do. They're always real professional and everything like that. But this pay-per-view sucked. And let me tell you what, if anybody out there complained about the Canelo Triple G second fight, then I want to hear you complain about this one too, because the timing was horrible. We waited, what was it, a half hour between every fight? Just about.
Yeah.
We did.
And
then we got to listen to Heidi Androl kiss up to everybody, and then listen to her talk about Dallas Stadium and everything like that.
She got a beautiful smile. She got a beautiful smile, though, doesn't she?
Well, she's a cupcake. That's why they hired her. Yeah, absolutely. She's got
a matter of fact, they had two.
You can't call her a cupcake. Come on.
Joe, I'm going to do it, because they had 2 cupcakes on there. They had
now you got him doing it.
And they had the Katie, Katie, whatever her name is.
Abdo or whatever.
Abdo, that's it. Yeah.
Is that Abdo?
I love that British accent. I love that British accent. That's good.
Yeah. But no, and I'm worried now, guys, really, because I discussed this with Eric earlier during the fights. What's going to happen on April 20th when ESPN dives into the pay-per-view market? What kind of timing issues are we going to have with that?
Yeah, I mean, and Beeb hit this on the head too. He's like, Fox hires like the hottest chicks. I was like, you're right. That's what they do. And they put them
on all their networks. All their networks.
All of them.
All their networks.
Yeah, every one of them. All the news networks.
Every one of them.
like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. At least if you're going to hire them, at least hire the ones that know about the sport or can actually work, and not ask the same questions to everybody. What is she? She was asking dumb questions of Mikey Garcia after the fight. And it was just like, why don't they feed her some questions?
How does it feel to lose every round? I mean,
I love it. That's another thing I did not like. They put somebody in the ring who obviously doesn't have much experience. You need to get an experienced interviewer that knows how to stand in the ring and talk to fighters after fights. She was completely lost.
Well, the problem is Jim Gray. Jim Gray's not hot enough, so they put these girls in.
No, I know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I know what they're going for, and I know why they do it, but, man.
Now, a lot of people were complaining. About the commentary. I like Lennox Lewis, and I like Joe Goosen a lot.
I like
Who was the other guy? Who was the other guy in there?
Kenny Albert, Marv Albert's son.
Yeah, he's not bad either. He was all right. I liked him. He was all right. Sometimes, like, Joe Goosen would ask a question and Lennox Lewis would give him a one-word answer or something like that. Lennox is sometimes a little bit too laid back for me. But he's got good insight. He's got good insight on the fights and everything like that. I like him. I thought the commentary overall was okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about those three. I think they did an overall good job.
Yeah, I think so too. But it was a bad pay-per-view. It was just bad.
What was this? Do you think Sean Porter was a little bit corny tonight? Like he was acting like a little kid up there. Like
you think the leprechaun outfit? Yeah, I think he was a little.
Yeah, but like even but he was acting too much like a fan. Like you're there to be you're there to be do commentary work, and you're acting like a fan.
Yeah,
it's kind of corny. Like I don't know.
It was real corny, and not to mention he was the guy that was supposed to be in there tonight, not Mikey Garcia. He's the guy that completely ducked Errol Spence, claiming that he had a mandatory, when he knows full well that the mandatory would have waited for a unification fight.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay because the minute Sean Porter steps in the ring with Errol Spence, that title's gone anyway.
But guess what?
That contract, son.
Errol Spence got the last laugh because he just fought in front of 47, almost 48,000 people, and then when he comes back there with Manny Pacquiao, he'll do the same numbers again. And what's Sean Porter doing? You hear that slick remark he made at the end of the fight?
That was awesome, yeah.
Wasn't that hilarious?
Press too. What did he say, Beeb?
He said Sean Porter couldn't sell out a family dinner.
That's right.
That was fucking flat. And then he started laughing. Right. Then he started laughing after he said it. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
47,000 and change, man. 47,000.
Yeah, 47,525, man.
What about the second highest? I think it just came in right under Canelo's at 51. Canelo had 50. It was Canelo and Liam Smith. Go figure that one out.
And what about Terrence Crawford? He ain't doing those numbers either.
No.
Well, nobody's doing those numbers.
No.
But again, it was in his hometown. It's big. I mean, they picked a great venue for it. I mean, because that was a big fight. And you know what? They'll put Pacquiao in there, and that'll be a big fight. And that'll do the same numbers. That might even break that record.
That might do even more, Eric.
Where did Pacquiao fight Margarito at? Was that I thought that was in Texas.
He fought
Claudia. He fought Claudia in Texas.
But I thought he fought Margarito in Texas too.
He fought two fights in Dallas Stadium. I think
it was Margarito one too.
Yeah, okay. He fought two of them there. And both times he drew over 50,000, I think. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he fought Margarito there, but I'm not 100% sure.
Let me ask you guys a question, and let me ask everyone a question in the chat. Is anyone afraid for Manny Pacquiao right now?
I don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see that. That's a runaway.
I'm actually afraid for Manny Pacquiao.
That's a retirement party, and the question is, does he walk out of the ring or do they stretcher him out?
Oh, I know. It's terrible.
That's
horrible. Yeah, I mean he's and I'll tell you what, he didn't seem all that excited to be in the ring after that fight. He didn't seem all that excited about the possibility of fighting Errol Spence, that's for sure.
Well, I'd love to see Manny fight Keith Thurman, but that's just me.
I'm sure Keith Thurman would welcome that too. So
because the reason why I say that is because they both have WBA belts, so have them fight each other.
You hear what Jason just said? He said Manny is better than Mikey. Stop it.
Knock it off.
Manny is better than Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh, son.
Thinks Manny's better. He thinks Manny would do better than Mikey. Manny doesn't have the defense of Mikey. He would get knocked out.
Yeah, Manny. Look, Manny struggled with Jeff Horn. Is everybody forgetting that? And you saw what Terrence Crawford did to Jeff Horn.
Look, Manny's gonna.
Spence was gonna do to him.
Manny's gonna get hurt in that fight.
Yeah, that's bad, man.
And don't forget, in the 9th round tonight, it looked like Mikey Garcia was going to go to sleep too. So.
Well, Freddie Roach even said. Freddie Roach said. Before the fight, he said, "Yeah, I'd like the winner. I think it'd be great if Manny fought the winner of these two." Son, there is something wrong with you. Listen, man. Let me tell you what, man. He would get killed against one of those guys. That's not even a good. it's not even a good fight. I mean, we're gonna see it. I'm feeling we're gonna see it, but that ain't a good fight, man. I mean, that guy is something else, man. Spence.
Well, I think Al Heyman's plan for Errol Spence is going to come together nicely, because you're going to see Spence fight. I don't know in what order, whether it be Pacquiao, Thurman, Porter, and then maybe Garcia. He cleans everybody out in the PBC, and then he has all the belts, and then he set up to go after Crawford. And, if you're Bob Arum and Terrence Crawford, when Errol Spence has got 3 belts, how do you negotiate with him?
Well, And Jason in the chat says, Mikey looked basic, Manny has more power. You know why Mikey looked basic? Because Spence made him look basic. That's why.
Yeah, he's not normally basic.
No, he's not. Not at all.
No.
I mean, you're looking at a guy who everybody, like I said, man, most people, in all fairness, most people had Spence in this fight. But there was a lot of people that were picking Mikey.
Yeah.
Mike Montero, Steve Kim, Beeb. A lot of people were picking Mikey, man. And a lot of
Teddy Atlas, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yep.
And listen, I make fun of Beeb all the time. I make fun of Beeb all the time for his picks and everything like that. But the bottom line is, man, Beeb has good picks. He does the beating the odds with Beeb segment. He always keeps up on the odds. And let me tell you what, I know he wins more than he loses.
Yep.
So when he makes a bet and when he does that, it's it's legit. He knows how to pick fights. And so if Beeb saw something in there, then it's like, hey, we really have to think about it because but in this instance, man, I tell you, he was just again, I expected a wide fight. I didn't expect this. And the way he did it, he just outboxed him. I think that's the other thing. He just outboxed that guy. And that was the real difference to me.
This was probably one of my worst picks of all time. I've never bet on
I think the Khan Canelo.
Why? Khan was winning the fight before he got stopped.
First of all, Khan was not winning the fight.
Ask Paulie Malignaggi.
Son, listen, you're out of your lane. Just stay in your lane. I tried to give you a compliment. Now you're going to ruin it. Now I got to embarrass you.
Khan was winning that fight.
The BKB version of Paulie Malignaggi. Ask him, huh? Okay.
Version of Paulie Malignaggi.
Even Robbie knows that Khan was winning that fight before he got stopped.
It was competitive. I don't know if he was winning it, but he got iced, Beeb.
Yeah,
he got iced.
He got
Robbie.
iced.
Of course he got iced. We already know he got knocked out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Master of the Obvious.
Well, it's just like Anthony Durrell. He's going to get ice when David Benavidez.
How good is David Benavidez look?
Man!
Oh my God!
David Benavidez is going to hurt that dude, man.
That's rough, man. Oh my God! Yeah, that was really.
And I thought Durrell lost his last fight.
Yeah.
I thought he lost his last fight.
Well, no. No, I think I had Durrell. I think maybe I don't know who I had.
I'm not saying you were wrong if you had Durrell winning. I'm not going to cry robbery, but I thought he lost.
Yeah. Well, I guarantee you, after he fights David Benavidez, he's going to wish that he lost his last fight.
I tell you what, man. Yeah, he looked really good. Yeah. By the way, guys, Jason just texted me. Can I call in? Yeah, phone lines are open. So 323-870-3857. And speaking of the phone lines, let's go now. Where's area code 901 at, Robert?
90. I think that's Tennessee, Memphis. I believe.
Memphis.
Yeah. Tennessee.
Home of Jerry the King Lawler. How about that?
Yeah.
All right.
New caller.
901, you're live.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Dog, man. I had talked to you the other day. My phone had cut off. Had to call back in.
I remember.
I just wanted to tell you that I like what you're doing. Yeah, we was talking Deontay Wilder. Remember, and I think I asked you. I was like, "Man, you think he's gonna do it?" And we both was like, "Yeah, I think he's gonna take the money." But it's like he switched overnight. I don't know what's up with him, but I just seen him at the fight, and I'm watching him at the fight, and man, he doesn't look really. I don't think he's really looking like a champion, man. Like, man, he doesn't look like he's looking too good, man. I just hope he makes the right decision on Tuesday. And he said, like, I think some of my buddies from the boxing voice that had asked him, they was like, man, are you ducking the money? I just think that right now, like a couple seconds ago. Then he was like, he said, man, I didn't make a decision yet. So, I mean, I guess we got to wait Tuesday. It's really up in the air. We don't know. I mean, we really don't know right now as far as Deontay Wilder. But for the best of boxing, but just for the best of the sport, I'm hoping that he takes the contract with DAZN so boxing could be better. Like, we had a good fight tonight, and I love Errol Spence. I think he's pound for pound right now the best fighter in the world, and I'm gonna stick to that. He had a great performance. I mean, he won every round, hurt Mikey Garcia. His brother wanted to stop him. I mean, Robert Garcia, a former world champion, wanted to stop the fight. But, I mean, I think he should have stopped the fight, to be honest. I mean, this could have really damaged Mikey Garcia as a fighter when you really think about it. Those type of body shots, that type of power with the brain.
His phone cut out again.
Phone cut out again, man.
Yeah. Gotta get a new phone, man.
No. Mother of God, 2 weeks in a row, man.
Gotta get a new phone.
Yeah, Dog Man, if you can hear me, call back in, man. Call back in,
man. Call back in. Grab the house phone this time.
Bad cell phone, man. Bad cell phone.
Grab the house phone.
Get the Fight Doctor's phone. He's on Rick James status.
That's right.
All right. 313, man. You know where that is? That's Detroit, son.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the D.
Everybody in the 3-1 get your motherfucking hands up and follow me.
What's the matter with you, son? 313, my old stomping grounds, Detroit.
What up, though?
What's up, man?
What up, though?
What up, though?
Not much.
What up, though?
What up, though?
So, look.
Who are we talking to?
I just, honestly, this Rollo Jenkins.
What's up, Rollo Jenkins?
Listen,
I've
been following B since way back in the boxing boys days and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Did he make bad picks back then too?
Huh? No. He was pretty spot on.
So it's just as he got older, he started making bad picks.
Listen, I don't know if B moved out to Texas or something. You know what I'm saying? He got around a bunch of Mexicans or something. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? But tonight, this is. I just want to get this out real quick. With boxing, tonight was really not a good night for boxing. You know what I'm saying? For the Errol Spence fans, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I like Errol Spence, but it wasn't a good fight. It wasn't a good fight from the jump. You know what I'm saying? It kind of played out how most people thought it would, that Errol Spence would kind of dominate the fight. The only thing that didn't happen, Errol Spence didn't knock him out. And what happens is we get these situations where, just like when Kell Brook fought Triple G and Khan fought Canelo, when Canelo should have been fighting Triple G and Khan and Brook should have been fighting each other, those were the fights that should have been happening. Just like Errol Spence should not have been fighting Mikey Garcia, and we got this kind of shitty-ass fight. You know what I'm saying? And I and probably 3 or 4 people that were with me were hardcore boxing fans, and you had a few other people that just come out to, you know what I'm saying, and they were disappointed because they seen a really bad fight. And when we have these mismatches or the fights that aren't supposed to happen, the fights that we really are supposed to be watching don't happen, we get shitty-ass fights like this. And this is where boxing has to correct itself in order to make new fans, because I don't go to fight parties and see new guys. I see the same old guys who always come around because we just like to get together. But we ain't inviting new people out because we ain't, you know what I'm saying, nobody left tonight happy about tonight's fight. Even the Errol Spence fans, nobody left out happy tonight. Boxing has to correct itself in order to get better and bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really wanted to say, man. It has to get better. It has to get better. You know what I'm saying? The right fights have to happen.
Well, can we agree on one positive note? It was good to see like 47,000 people there. That was good, right?
Well, the crowd, the outcome, yes. Listen, you would never get me to argue about, you know what I'm saying, the amount of attendance, the viewership, the attention that a fight gets. But what I'm saying is, you know what I mean? Like, when you attract a bunch of people to an event and they expect something, obviously nobody can dictate the outcome of a fight, you know what I'm saying? But it probably would have been better if Errol Spence had got him out of there in 3 or 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But to go 12 rounds, listen, when was the last time you seen a fight that had 3 120 scorecards? I'm talking about any fight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You see a main event, a pay-per-view with 3 120 scorecards?
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And that's bad. And that's bad for the sport. And that's what I'm saying. So we got to start getting they got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to clap their hands for Mikey Garcia for stepping up and trying to go up to. But that wasn't the fight that he was supposed to fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know he was supposed to fight Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? That was his fight. That was his big fight. And now when if they ever make that fight, it's probably not going to be as big as it would have been. But it would have been better to have fought Lomachenko and then fought Errol Spence. That was eventually what he was going to do. But he already took all the luster off the Lomachenko fight if it is to ever happen now. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't take. And then the second part is everybody expected Errol Spence to knock him out. So even though Errol Spence dominated the fight, he didn't get no brownie point. He only dominated the dude he was supposed to knock out anyway. So it does nobody any good anywhere for this fight. Nowhere. Same thing with Canelo and Khan. Same thing with Brooke and Triple G. Sometimes when you fight fights that aren't supposed to happen, the only thing you do is fuck up your career. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you, man. Good points, man.
That was a bad loss. Yeah, that was a bad loss for Mikey, man.
It's not just a loss for Mikey Garcia. It's a loss for boxing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It would have been Mikey Garcia losing is not a bad thing, but it's like when you have a big listen, we had a pay-per-view main event with 3. Mikey Garcia lost 37 rounds out of 36. Do you know one of them gave him a 10-8 round? He literally lost every round and had a 10-8 round.
Yeah.
That's not good for a main event. You know what I'm saying? That's all. So that is just a bad look for boxing, man. And, you know what I'm saying? I just hope boxing do better. I want to continue to be a fan, but, you know what I'm saying? We got to, you know what I'm saying? Even with this Amir Khan and Terrence Crawford fight, I'm sure it'll be more competitive than this past fight. I'm sure it'll be more competitive, but it's still not the fight that we should be seeing. So the only thing that can happen is something bad for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford knocks him out in, 4 or 5 rounds. Everybody's going to say that's what he's supposed to do. If it goes 12 or it's competitive, or even if it's close, it's going to be like, oh, maybe Terrence Crawford can't handle Errol Spence now. That's the only thing that can happen. That's the only thing that can happen out of that fight. You know what I'm saying? Because if he knocks Amir Khan out in 1 round, nobody's going to say he's going to do that to Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So that's all, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep doing y'all thing. I'm going to listen, man. And hopefully we'll have some better fights to talk about in the future, y'all. All right?
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling in, man. That was a good call.
All right.
Good call, man.
Good call.
Man, hit that fucking like button.
That's right, man. Benji, salute. RR1000, salute. Legendary Boxer, salute. Emmanuel Moreno, salute. Georgie Porgy, salute. Notorious VC, Mad Dog H, salute. Benji, salute. Legendary Boxer again, salute. Joel Lopez, salute. Matthew Thompson, salute. Centurion Sun, salute. Crown Royal Boxing. Chat's going too much. I can't do it. All right, look. Beeb, give him a salute.
Chewy, salute. Metatruth, salute. Hector Roman, salute. Dwayne M, salute. Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, salute. Centurion Sun, salute. The Funktopus, salute.
Porter's
Notorious VC, salute. Crown Royal, salute. Joe Lopez 40 ounce, salute.
Peter V, salute.
Benji, salute. Ricky Alfos, what's up, salute. Jim Jones, salute.
Back in the house.
Jim Jones.
The Earthquake, salute. Dion Williams, salute. Hey, now, start smashing the like button, guys. Come on. We
Sean
got
Kelly, salute. Keith Murray.
170 people watching. Hit the like button, guys. Come on, just give us a like.
Keith Murray, salute.
Man. Hit subscribe. Come on, guys.
All Boxing, salute. Earthquake salute. Sean Kelly salute. Keith Murray, the most beautifulest thing in this world, just like that.
Is going to take a pie in the face tomorrow. At least give him some likes. Come on. Give him some likes here, man. Show him some love. He had a rough night tonight. It didn't go his way.
I think
the bakery, it never goes his way, by the way. But he had a rough night tonight. All right?
I think the bakery ran out of pies, man. I don't know. I have to use it.
That's okay, son. That's okay.
No,
we can send you some. Don't even worry about that.
Gonna have to use the Entenmann's. Gonna have to use the Entenmann's.
Don't even worry about it, son.
Yeah.
It's coming your way. Don't even worry about it. Hey, and speaking of which, Georgie Porgy's in the chat. He owes me too. Hey, Georgie, it's time to pay the fiddler, son. That's right. You're next. I'm the champ now. I call the shots. I defend my title when I want to defend it. Ain't that right, B? Go ahead and say it. That's right. That's right.
I let you gloat when you win.
Oh, yeah.
You're the worst winner ever, Mr. Eric.
And I gloat a lot because I win a lot, baby. That's the way it goes.
Eric Chalk Lauder.
That's the way it goes, baby. Tell him, Robert.
Eric Chalk Lauder.
Tell him about it, Robert.
Hey, Beeb, we all lose one now and then, man. It's okay. You'll be all right.
That's right. Tell him, Robert.
Stop D-riding, Robbie.
Stop D-riding. What's the matter with you?
Oh, man.
Oh, stop it. Eric Mismatch Lorta. That's right, baby.
Oh, yeah.
706, you're live. What's up?
Hey, Jason, what's up?
Real.
What's this?
Real talk.
Real talk. How are you, man?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not much.
Yeah,
that's a pleasant surprise, no?
I do it.
Yeah.
Where you been hiding?
Yeah,
where you been hiding, man? Would you go to Vegas or something?
Man, my life is pretty much jiu-jitsu now, man. I 5 days a week train jiu-jitsu. I compete, and everything. So that and my kids, man, I try to get some fights in like tonight, but I don't watch, as much as I used to. But I try to get them in, But
you're training 5 days a week.
I train about 5 days a week. I train with SVG. I don't know if you. Yeah, so that's basically SVG is like the same people the same camp that Conor McGregor trains with.
Yeah,
it's international, so it's like SVG International.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
But yeah, man. Dude, man. My thing is like I gotta keep it real on this. I used to be like a big Spence fan, but I gotta keep it real. Like I think his performance tonight was more of a testimony or a testament to the situation. That Mikey is really. I gotta be honest. Like Mikey's a small dude, right? He's really better at one. I think his best was at 130. I think Mikey looked better at 130. I think once he moved past that, he kind of looked different. He didn't look the same. And I think honestly, he's a little overrated. You know what I'm saying? Because his resume. He did fight. He has 40 fights now, but I think Errol Spence is probably the best guy that he really ever fought. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy's like bigger too. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, Earl's probably the best fighter that he's ever faced. Technically and power and everything. I think Mikey had more. I think Mikey pound for pound has more power than Spence. I think Spence he's a mow you down type of guy, but I don't think he's like. I don't think he has like. I think Mikey has more one punch power or just more power in general. Pound for pound, because if you notice, Spence was a little leery of, Mikey's power. He knew Mikey. He could feel them. He could feel those punches wheezing by. He's like, oh, I don't want to get hit with that. So he did a good job at boxing, but I don't see. I see though. I see if he was I saw a lot of flaws though still in Spence, because like against Mikey, you gotta think, Mikey, the first couple rounds, he was able to, like that second round, he was able to do some stuff, and I was like,
but I still see some flaws in Spence, and I think he's not. There's no way, in my opinion, he's gonna be able to beat Crawford. I think Crawford's just gonna outbox him. Now Crawford's not gonna knock him out, but I don't see him beating Crawford because Crawford's just faster. His hand speed, you know what I mean? His footwork, his defense, his everything together. I don't see him beating Crawford. Look, he could be on that journey to fight Canelo and all them dudes. That might be a better option is to go for the big fights with Manny Pacquiao. That'll be a good fight. I don't agree that Manny's gonna be just a pushover. I think maybe you could say that Mikey has better defense than Manny, but honestly Manny don't need defense all the time because his hand speed and his power make people respect. You know what I'm saying? The foot speed, hand speed, and all that. It makes it a different dynamic. So I'm not saying Spence can't beat him because he's an old guy. You know, he's not the same Manny, but I don't think Manny's gonna get beat as bad as Mikey did tonight. But that's a good fight for his career. If he wants to move up and fight bigger guys, I think he'll do good against those guys. You know, because they're gonna be getting older. Like Triple G, I don't think he'll be able to fight him because he'll be retired by the time he gets to middleweight. But Canelo might be getting older. That might be a good fight if he, because Spence is a big guy. If you look at him like when he's not like in walking around, like you can see his face is like big as hell. You know what I'm saying? And then when he goes to fight, it shrinks down. You can see how big his head is. And he's a big dude. He could probably match. I mean, he walks around close to what Canelo does, I'm sure. But like I said, that'll be the better option. But I don't think he could beat Crawford. I disagree with y'all on that. I think he'll get thoroughly outboxed, and I think he'll put on. He'll try his best, man. But Crawford's just a man. That dude's just a. I'm telling you, man, he's just a technician. Like, dude is just like I am with jiu-jitsu. Like, I'm a guard player off my back. I'm like that type of technician type of style, and that's the way Crawford is. And I feel like, I still feel like Spence is still a little bit stiff. And he looked really good against Mikey. I mean, he looked better than, he looked all. I like how he was using like the where he was dropping his head. He was doing some Mayweather shit in there, like where he dropped down and. Drop down and duck shots, and then he was shoulder rolling a little bit, and then he was like, going left, upper body movement and stuff. So he had that Mayweather's, but unless he could just show me that against, like guys that are, bigger, like show me that against like, because I didn't really see that against Kell Brook,
Right.
So if he could show me that against some better, some bigger guys, some better guys. Then I can believe that, but I don't really see him beating Crawford.
All right, real talk, man. Thank you so much for calling in. We're going to get running here because we got a bunch of callers here. Let's go to let's see here, 972 Dallas. Just remember, guys, before we bring you on here, we got a lot of callers tonight. It's a busy show, so just kind of get to the point and that kind of thing, and then just nothing like long and drawn out or whatever. I don't want it to cut you off, but Beeb will. You know how Beeb is, man. Beeb will take control.
Oh.
972, you're live. 972.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we hear you.
With?
All right, you're speaking to Sonny. Sonny, I'm originally from London, but I live in Dallas now.
I remember.
Hey,
you.
Sonny.
Yeah, you've called before. Yeah.
I just come back from the AT&T Stadium.
Oh, you were there.
You were there watching the fight live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching it live, man. But I got there like 9 o'clock, so I catched Benavidez and Jay Leon when I got there.
How's the atmosphere?
All right, brother. So anyway, Mikey's just a really, really good little man. There's no doubt in that. Mikey is a fighter, all-round fighter, very, very good little man. But going against Spence, who's a very, very good big man, to really, underrate the fight. Spence actually boxed really well, knowing that he didn't want to get exposed in any fashion. And Spence didn't really get exposed in any way. He didn't even take a punch, didn't really get hurt in any form, not even in any, not even got out jabbed. I mean, Spence landed all the jabs all night. Am I right?
Yes.
For a while I was watching.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, so he couldn't get jabbed out. Spence actually fought a different fight. He fought a fight against a small fighter, very educated, IQ, because I think he just didn't want to get punched in any way. He really wanted to fight small so he don't get exposed in any way, which he didn't. So I appreciate the last caller saying that Spence is a little bit stiff, but to me, he just put another gear on for a very, very good, fast, small man who couldn't get anything off. But, you know, Spence dominated the whole fight, the whole program, so you've got to give Spence a lot of credit just for not losing even one round to a very good small man, as far as I'm concerned. Second, I only think there's 2 fighters left who can give him any trouble at 147. And those 2 fighters is Crawford and even Manny Pacquiao at 40. I believe Manny Pacquiao still has a gear that people just don't understand that how good of a fighter he was 6-7 years ago. When he was beating up the Margaritos, the Cottos, that Manny Pacquiao is a very dangerous fighter at 147. So for me, Manny Pacquiao or Crawford would only give trouble to Spence in that weight. I think Spence is due to move up at 154, but I think he's going to stay back for another year or so, and then we'll see him move up. But what a dominating fight from Spence. I mean, yeah, he didn't knock him down. He went for it a couple of times. He went for the knockout. But, Mikey's just so good at what he does that you can't take him down like that. And Mikey proved the point that he'll stand the whole 12 rounds. But I think after the 6th round, Mikey knew. And the way the fight was going, he wanted to show that I could stay there for 12 rounds with this guy. So that was his win-win situation. Okay, for me, boys, what a great night, amazing night of boxing. A good science boxing today from a bigger man. And, I appreciated it today. And I appreciate the show. Thanks for you guys coming out.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. It was good to hear somebody who was actually there live. I saw Dallas on there. I was like, oh, we got to check this out, man.
Yep.
All right, let's keep it moving here. Area code 706. And I'm not going to assume anything now. This could be Jason. Could be somebody else.
Dave, why don't you, Dave, you forgot to ask him about the atmosphere of the fight, man. You should have asked him again. He didn't hear. I don't think he heard your question.
Yeah, well,
anyway, but
on the panel, huh, Jason?
Yeah, you probably should, because you guys always forget little things like that.
No, he said it was great, Jason. What more do you want him to say?
Calm down, Robbie. Calm down, Robbie. Calm down. I just called. Come on, calm down, man. Let me speak.
Man, hit that fucking like button.
Calm down, Robbie. Shut up, Robbie. Damn it.
That was so like.
There's like 140 people. There's like 140 people watching and 70 likes. That's like 70 fucking free moochers watching without liking. And I'm pretty sure those 70 people have YouTube accounts, so then they should like.
Yeah, come on, guys, hit the like button.
Let's get up to fucking 100, you little moochers. That's how you fucking do it, Lord. You fucking hear me? Take notes, man. Come on.
I know. I've got to.
That's how you got to get the likes. You got to guilt them, man. Come on, you got
That's
to.
Right.
You working hard, so you got to guilt them.
That's it.
Also, salute to fucking Sean Porter's green suit, man. That fucking thing woke me up. I was fucking kind of tipsy. It woke me the hell up right away. I like this hat. I like this hat. I didn't like the suit. He should have worn a black suit or something. The green was too fucking ugly. And his fucking tie is atrocious.
Yeah, it's a different shade of green.
Yeah, that hat would look good with a black suit. It would look good with a black suit. And have you seen his ties, dude? Those fucking knots are the size of his fucking chin. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Those are like Ray Lewis's knots from the 1990s and shit. Those NFL players used to rock those in the 1990s, remember?
Yeah.
The huge ass fucking suits like Steve Harvey and Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
The old school shit. B, Mikey has always been basic. I've said this a few times, not really, like I haven't emphasized it, but Mikey's always been basic. I think he's been overrated, and only reason he's been pound for pound, just hear me out, I think is because of his family name, like Garcia. Those guys like Monteros and Kim, they fucking drool over Mikey like he's fucking accomplished all these great things. He hasn't accomplished much in boxing, really, to me. And people talk about Broner as a fake 4th division champion. Mikey's kind of like that too. who Broner had some kind of a fake belt, and he beat him for that. Lipinets almost lost to Lenny Z. I'm pretty sure Robbie saw that fight on ESPN, and he beat him. I mean, you know, Dejan's Tonajid, what was his name? And he was nothing, man. He was like a little fucking jockey. And, you know, so his title reign, all his titles have come against kind of weak competition, too, almost like Crawford. Crawford's only good one was with Postol. You know, that was the only good one I think Crawford had. And so, but Mikey's never really fought a real fucking pound-for-pound gal, so that's why I never thought Mikey deserved to be on that list. And guys like Steve Kim, Montero had him on the pound-for-pound list. Well, Spence, think about that. They had him above Spence, man, which is ridiculous to me. I don't know how that ever happened. And that's why I think Spence got pissed off and showed off his boxing ability, because I've been reading the comments on ES News videos, and Spence watches all that shit. A lot of these Mexicans are saying, oh, Spence is dumbass, he can't box. Mikey's a fucking, he comes from a boxing family and all this shit. And I'm pretty sure he read all that. He heard all the people saying that. And he wanted to make a point. And now, before this fight, you probably thought, like, if he goes out and fights Crawford, he was going to like walk him down and shit. But he doesn't have to do that against Crawford, does he? If he's boxing Mikey like this, he can box against Crawford too.
Yes, correct. That's what I said. Yeah.
That probably gives him another edge on the fight, because people didn't expect him to box like this. People haven't seen him. And Manny Robles, he used to coach Spence at the USA team. There's this channel on YouTube called The Boxing Rundown. You should go watch the interview. He said Spence was the hardest working kid on the USA boxing squad, and that's one of the coaches. And he said, I used to be in my room at night, and Spence would come wake me up and say, Coach, come work the mitts with me. He said nobody else did that. Spence did that. The hardest working kid on the USA squad. So that's why he's so fucking special, because he works the hardest. All Spence does is, if you watch the fight camp, he's like a gaming addict. All he does is play his mat and then goes to the fucking gym. He's fighting 18 fucking rounds in Texas. Think about that, at Texas heat with no AC, 100 degrees. That's why he's so fucking good, man. Nobody works like that. Charlos and Broner doesn't work like that. Thurman doesn't work like that. Porter's not working like that. Crawford maybe, but who else is working like that? Name me one fighter that's got that kind of dedication. Maybe Canelo, but I doubt he's sparring 18 rounds up there. This kid's fucking special. He's got some kind of a crazy drive. That's why he is special, and people don't talk about that. Manny Robles, a Mexican coach, you coached him on the USA team, talked about it on YouTube. You guys should watch that video. It's kind of cool. You know, he doesn't get enough respect. And he won't look at fucking Joe Lopez being jealous in the fucking chat. They hate giving fucking black fighters any credit, or American fighters at all. They just want to fucking hype up La Raza and shit. But you got to fucking give American fighters credit too. Americans are the ones dominating. Americans, who else is dominating right now? Americans. Even Mikey's, I consider Mikey American. I don't consider him Mexican. Mikey's American to me.
Yeah, he says
he's
American.
Born fucking California boy.
So, yeah, he's born in the States, so yeah, absolutely.
Benavidez too. Benavidez is an American. He's like total American. He's like loves American culture. Look at how Benavidez dresses. He's American. You know, their names are Latino, but they're American.
Like a sombrero or something like that, because he's Mexican.
No, but he's like but I mean, Morales and Barrera, they're Mexicans. Morales and Barrera, they're Mexicans. Chavez Jr., he's probably Mexican. He's a fucking bum. He's a Mexican for sure. Angulo too. Also, dude, I love the production. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. I thought Heidi fucking and Lennox Lewis did a good job and shit, and they called the fight decently. But I want them to get Antonio Tarver back, or somebody like Jimmy Smith. You know, they used to do the spike fights for PBC. They were the best panel.
Yeah, Jimmy Smith does.
If you remember that.
Yeah, I would replace him with Lennox.
Dude, he's better than Joe Rogan, dude. And the UFC fired him too, so I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't think he's better.
Did you see what happened in UFC tonight? That fucking high job Darren Till got knocked out. Did you see that?
I saw that. Did you see the fight afterwards? Jorge Masvidal was.
I didn't see the fight. I just saw some highlights, man.
Go to at Ringside 73 on Twitter. You could see it. Jorge Masvidal was in the back getting an interview, and some other guy came up to him, and they started fighting.
Dana's going to be pissed.
Oh, it was awesome.
Dana was tweeting out fucking betting tickets of Mikey. Dana White bet $10K on Mikey. Did you see that?
That's like
yeah, he lost.
All right, Jason, we're going to get moving,
Hard
man.
Rock or somewhere. That's what it is.
I'd see you.
All right, guys. Good night.
See ya.
See ya. Gives him the hook.
That's right. All right, 612, you're live.
Yes, this is Muhammad over here from Badio from Minneapolis. Am I on?
Yeah,
you're on. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm a big fan of the show. First of all, I like what you guys been doing. And Beeb, long time. I kind of missed you on that other show. You'd have grown up over there, So.
Yeah, thank you, man.
But I want to talk about like the fights tonight. Did you guys? Excuse me. One of the other callers called up earlier, and one of the callers, and he was saying it was a bad thing that what's his name? What happened to Errol Spence? I think it was actually a really good thing because the Mexican audience actually got to see Errol Spence. And them seeing him, I wish he would have thanked the fans more and get them on their side because I think that actually helps them more because it was a slow event, but Errol Spence is doing what he needs to do. You can't just go out there and be super aggressive on Mikey because Mikey himself is a really good fighter and he was looking for a lot of traps to counter Earl, and Earl was just boxing and just doing the correct thing, What did you guys think about that?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Good point, yeah.
Yeah. I think
you're
right.
I
think you're right.
No, and and the thing, and the other thing about Mikey is a really good fighter. Him and Earl are both great fighters, but he has to have been a special fighter to actually pull that off, coming up 2 weight classes. But I really do respect him for doing that, So that was pretty much. That was just pretty much. I just want to ask you guys another quick question before I get off because I know you guys have a lot of callers. Who would you think would win? Like my favorite fighter of all time is Pernell Whitaker. Okay, What do you think against Floyd Mayweather at 147 against a prime Shane Mosley in 2003?
You talking about Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley or Floyd Mayweather versus Spence? I'm not.
Floyd at 147 when he was 147 when he had to get up a little bit defensive against a prime Shane Mosley at 2003.
Floyd.
I still pick Floyd. It'd probably be closer than the 2010 version, but I think Floyd would still win.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I always thought. And another question as far as Errol Spence, I like him, but moving up, do you guys think he's really going to be able to fight off his back foot? Because once he starts going up against those bigger guys, if he can't fight off his back foot, I don't think he's going to be able to survive all the way up to 160. But he did show really good defense. Do you think he's good?
Yeah, no, I think he can. I mean, I think
he can't outpower everybody.
Saw flashes of it tonight, where Mikey would start to back him up, and nothing would happen. I mean, he was able to block the punches, he was able to get out of the way, or he was able to hit off the back foot and fight off the back foot. The thing is with Spence, I don't think up until maybe tonight, nobody gave him a lot of credit as a great boxer. They said, "Oh, he has holes in his defense. He gets hit a lot.
He didn't need to.
This, that." But yeah, I mean, he proved them all wrong tonight, I think.
Well, and let's face it, you got to have good boxing skills. You got to have good boxing skills if you're going to be on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never really needed. Well, Deontay Wilder was on what? That's not a shot at him, but I'm just saying. But I love D.Y. I'm just being real. I'm a Pernell Whitaker fan. I like Pierce. Right. One of the other callers called earlier, and I don't know if he was talking about how it was a boring fight. I think he's probably a casual fight fan because he doesn't understand the sweet science that it was chess out there, what was going on, and Mikey was able to go to distance because Spence seen a couple of punches. If he would have got too over aggressive, he could have got tagged by Mikey and stuff like that. And I don't think this is the case that Mikey. I'm happy he went the full 12 rounds. I don't think he was hurt to the point his brother wasn't going to let him take that kind of damage. He was very, he was honest and stuff like that, but he just, it kind of reminded me of when Floyd fought Marquez. He just stayed on the outside and just jabbed him and used it, but wasn't as aggressive as Earl was, especially in the championship rounds, So.
Yeah.
But that's it. And another thing, Beeb, the commentators, the women, you're right, they're all pretty hot. I thought the exact same thing.
Oh my God,
the boxing ring girls.
They were slamming, weren't they slamming?
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Oh my God.
They need to tell them what questions to ask.
Yeah, they just take like those Tecate girls and just put them in a suit and put them in the ring and start asking
questions.
Oh
I mean,
God.
We're actually going to be interviewing them for Beeb Industries. We have a couple positions open.
You Hey, and another thing, I'm about to get off. There's a guy who calls in. He's always yelling and cursing. You guys got to keep him on. I got all my friends listening to it. We love it when he goes back and forth with these calls. We're like, is that planned? He's always cursing. You guys are going back.
Oh yeah, we know. We pick on him every week, man.
That's why I keep him around.
He actually makes really good points and stuff like that, you know.
He does.
But he is a PBC lover.
When he's calm, he does. He makes really good points.
I was gonna say, you guys. He's like my favorite. I listen to you guys probably like, geez, three hours a week, you know. But yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that was it. My name is Muhammad. Yeah, Mr. Badio from Minneapolis. I'll be calling up more often, you know. When
all right. Thanks for the call, man.
Thank you so much, brother. Nice to hear from you.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, I like all these calls. It's great.
Please, Robbie.
Please, babe, don't take it out on me that you suffered a loss.
Oh, he did. He suffered a big loss, too.
Eric, you're going to let him talk.
Man, hit that fucking like button.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
You're Robert, man. Area code 219. 219, you're live. Or maybe not.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? Who are we talking to?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, you're talking to Martin from Indiana.
Martin,
hey, what's happening, Martin? How you doing?
Welcome aboard.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, guys, I'm going to try to keep it quick. I know it's a late night. You guys probably got a lot of people waiting. For the record, I hit the like button as soon as I get in the YouTube video. Just saying.
Thank you.
Hey, I'd just like to say that I think I was a little disappointed. Not that Mikey lost. I like Mikey and Errol. I expected Mikey to put up more of a fight, and I think him getting outclassed, outboxed, 12-round shutout is a little worse than him if he would actually put up a fight and get knocked out. So I'm a little disappointed in that. But all in all, what I expected to happen pretty much happened. And from now, I'd just like to see a lot of these welterweights get in with each other. I think, honestly, from looking at Manny's face, I don't think he wants another Errol. Honestly, he didn't look like he was too interested, like you said earlier, Eric. I don't think he's too interested in that.
No, I think Manny will find another option. That's just.
Yeah, I think it's more likely that Manny takes on Keith, and we get that Sean Errol fight. I think that'd be more likely. As for Mikey, it'd be best for him, I think, in my opinion, for him to go down to 135 and try to get that Richard Comey IBF belt. So maybe he catches the IBF and WBC, a better chance of making a Lomachenko fight. You can get a better deal, get the politics out and get the money out and make it happen. But other than that, guys, I'll kick it back to you guys, and that's what I think.
Well, good calling. Thank you for calling, man.
Good stuff out there. All right. Let's see here. Who do we got?
From this day, you'll be my new fool.
What's happening, people?
Hey, Georgie. You got that pie ready, son?
Don't do it, Georgie.
How's your night going tonight, Georgie? How you doing tonight?
On the screen.
How you doing tonight, Georgie?
I'm doing pretty good until you keep on disrespecting me. What the fuck is the people Sam on the screen? Can the former champ get some respect? Matthew Thompson and the Shaddy, salute. Oriel, salute. Ricky Mack, salute. Emmanuel Moreno, salute. The Earthquake, salute. Benji, salute. Pie time, brother. Pie time. Gotta take that pie. As a former champion, I'm gonna have to take it probably next Sunday.
What?
Next Sunday, you guys gotta let me marinate that loss, bro. Gotta cry it out for a little bit.
You pay up. You were good.
I went down with fucking Mikey Pride, man. Listen, Mikey did great, bro. Don't you think? I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah, 120 to 108. He did great. He did fantastic. Yeah, he blew it out tonight, man. That was awesome.
Georgie, he did so great. He only landed 75 punches. That's great.
Oh my God.
Listen, he got a big ass bag. He got that payday that he deserves, that he was looking forward for a long time. He got that. That was number one. He got the love and support of his people. All his fan base went out there, and broke it. I mean, brought it down, and it was great. I don't think that blemish on his record don't mean anything.
Hey, Georgie.
And he went to a round with this killer. So what do you mean he didn't do great? Well, what the fuck I'm missing here? That he didn't won?
You saying
Listen, I'm taking this fight for the people.
You saying that Mikey did great tonight?
Please, Eric, let me burn. Let me have my call.
No, I got I gotta jump in here. You saying that Mikey did great is like you saying that you did great on
no
bets,
limit.
right?
No limit.
Born loser, son. You're talking to the champ now. I'm the champ. Go ahead.
See, that's why the people champ, baby. You gotta be humble, even on defeat or on glory.
That's right.
That's the difference between you and me.
That's right.
Get your body back. Listen, it can be too loud. Man, babe, we gotta make a special show, baby. We gotta debate because you're going bananas to me with this wildest shit. You gotta drop that, baby.
Yeah, 96 dislikes.
It.
Sean Newton says I'm the likable host.
Jesus, what? That's just 100 dislike already. Baby, that's not what we want to hear. We know your opinion. We love you, but let's move on from that subject because we're never going to agree on that shit.
I know.
Today was a spectacular night for boxing. As a boxing fan, I see everybody, people that really support even Spence or didn't support Mikey. They really like on the opposite side, on that fucking, stream fan base. Even then, realized that they saw a good performance. And it was a good fight for what it was. I never thought really that Mikey was about to, win. But you never know. I thought maybe a robbery, because you know how these motherfuckers are. I thought, yeah, they go to a round, could be a robbery. Because Mikey, because let's get something straight. All these people who went there, all these 45, how many was it? 45,000?
Yeah, 47,000.
Yeah, 47.
So who you think these people want to see? Who they want to see?
I think Mikey Garcia helped a lot with the fan base.
Yeah, I do.
All the Mexican fans came out.
Come on, man. This is we got yo. Hold on, man. Let's get this shit straight. Even Errol was kind of mad about it. He's like, I don't know, because he got few interviews told him, listen, all these people, they rooting for Mikey. And Errol like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I might cry with me, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, my brother. We know who brought all these fucking... What's the law of boxing in the United States?
What did he say?
Cricket.
What did he say? I didn't hear him.
Baby, without this Mexican support, there is no boxing up in this bitch. That's how it is. I don't care who get mad or don't get mad or disagree or agree. That's the reality. So, now, obviously, because Spence won, all these numbers going to be credit to him, whatever the purpose you do and everything. Even that's not the case. But it's over attributed to the winner. And this is when we start talking about numbers and mathematics. And let's bring the calculator out, right, Beebs?
Yeah, I got to bring the calculator out.
Make it complicated.
No one knows how to add, man.
Beebs. Let's go a few rounds, baby. It's late at night, so somebody going to have to go to bed, man. Either you or me. So let's go a few rounds real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
How the fuck you gonna tell people to use the math, bring a calculator out, without age of fury? There is no equation.
Without Wilder, there isn't
America
either.
For Wilder.
Without Wilder, there isn't either.
No, without Wilder, AJ doing fantastic on his own. On
Not
that
really.
side of the pond, that is Harry, help me out here, B.
Son. He's got 3 of the 4 belts. He's got the most options. He's selling out arenas. He's making what, $30 million on average a fight. What's he gonna make for Baby Miller? We don't even know. It's like, but it's got to be over $20 million.
My guess would be 25 or 30.
Right.
What's the biggest fight in boxing right now?
You know what? I tell you what. It may very well be Fury and Joshua.
No, it's not.
I think the biggest fight.
Not.
I think the biggest fight is Wilder Joshua. But
Okay.
again, I think that Fury.
But this is the whole thing, babe. This is the whole thing, because probably these people be laying you. I know you guys want to go to bed and everything, but this is what you got to comprehend. On your equation, there is a if. There is a big if. If he 5 AJ, if they do. Listen, we passed that point. Trying to blame the AJ side not gonna fucking change anything.
Not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anybody.
Please, B.
I'm not blaming anybody.
Yo, B. Yo, check this out. Yo, interruption number 3 for B. Somebody keep count. He may break the machine. Listen. But yo, check this out, B. Listen, it's been a rough night for me too, but we gotta carry on. The thing is this, AJ's doing fantastic. Fucking this dude right here, Fury, he just signed. He's cool. Even money-wise, he donated his purse, so this man not even looking for that. So he's doing his own thing. He don't need Wilder. The only one who needs anybody is Wilder. This is clear as day. So all these mathematics, they fall on the side, baby. They fall by the riverside.
Right,
they don't hold no water. Because everything is based on what? On the UK. Oh, but if we make the more money here in the United States, yes, but with who? With somebody from the UK. You don't got nobody from, you don't got those 2 names coming from the UK here. There's no pay-per-view. They're still talking about fucking Brazil pay-per-view. Was that mockery? We all know that shit not even getting close to pay-per-view. But they want to throw it out there. Like that's an option.
All right.
Come on, let's get getting old. I gotta go. I love you guys. Everybody smash that motherfucking like button. It's pie time. See you tomorrow, next Sunday. I'm outie.
All right. Good call, man. Good call, Georgie. I like hearing you and Georgie bond over losing. I like that. That's good stuff.
Keep it up, Chuck.
Chalk, is that what you said?
Yeah.
No, it's pronounced champ, Beeb. Champ.
Everybody in the 313, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me.
Although this is 312. 312, you're live.
Oh, Fight Doctor, I bet. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Yes, hello?
Yes, you're live.
You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Spence did what he had to do, you know. I don't know why a lot of people are making it seem like it was such a, surprise. Spence is a bigger guy, his arms, his reach, his height. This guy was fighting against Kell Brook, a guy that was owed his own against Triple G. So it's like, man, you could see it was a big size difference, in my opinion.
Who are we talking to?
What do you guys
What's
think?
your name?
James.
James.
Okay.
James.
Yeah, I thought. I'll tell you what. I thought the size difference. I mean, definitely. I mean, there was a huge difference. I think you could tell there was a big power difference. But I said it earlier in the show. I think even if Garcia was 147, he's not beating Spence, because I think that Garcia at 147, I think he beats Thurman and I think he beats Porter. But again, I don't think he beats Spence, and I don't know that he beats Crawford either. But I just think that he's too good. He's just too good. And that's pretty much.
I don't know why Robert even. I don't know why they wanted to make this fight, or why Garcia wanted to go at Spence, or what he saw. I felt a better fight for Garcia would have been Lomachenko or Manny Pacquiao. I feel like.
Yeah, I think Lomachenko would have been a much better fight for him. And you know what? When they were chasing this fight, when Mikey was chasing this fight. And Robert Garcia said, they interviewed him, and he says, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that fight. He said, that's not really what we want for him. You know, he said, but if he picks him, then we'll try to, we'll have to put together a plan to beat him and everything like that. And, and the one thing they kept saying leading into the fight is, well, we saw something. We saw something in Spence that we think we could take advantage of and exploit. I don't know what they saw, and whatever they saw was just not there.
Yeah, I think Mikey versus Pacquiao would have been a little bit more competitive fight, and he probably would have had a chance to actually catch Pacquiao, maybe, or have Pacquiao run into a trap. Yeah. I think Spence was just too big. Even if he did get caught, I think he was just too big, man. Too big, too strong. And he is a good fighter. You know, it's not to take credit away from Spence or from him or anything like that, but it's just. That's why we have weight classes, you know, and both of these guys were and it wasn't like Pacquiao fighting Oscar. You know, Oscar was past his prime and all that.
Right.
And Pacquiao's a special talent. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I would like to see Terrence Crawford and Spence. I think that fight would be a little bit more competitive. So that's all I really call in to say. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Man. Thank you so much, man. A lot of new callers tonight, man. We love it.
Yeah, great.
Hey, guys, if you're in the chat and you're enjoying what we're doing, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the show, man. If you like the show, man, we put out shows. We've been putting them out pretty often, maybe 3 or 4 shows a week, stuff like that. So, yeah, man, hit the like button, and that way you can see all our shows. If you can subscribe to us on iTunes also, get all our shows there. So, yeah, man, that way you can get your boxing fix. You know what I mean? All right, area code 612. 612, you're live.
Minnesota?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jay calling from Minnesota.
Hey, Jay, what's up?
Oh, not a thing. I just wanted to get my piece off on this fight. You know, I know there's other topics I would like to talk about, but I'll say that for tomorrow's show.
Okay.
But I think in this fight, I definitely think in this fight that there are other wrinkles that we've seen to Spence's game that a lot of people didn't give him credit for, or didn't want to give him credit for, or they didn't see. And I think that was good that Spence did this, because now there's more reasons why fighters shouldn't fight him. Like, for instance, this particular fight should have been Spence versus Sean Porter, and Porter losing his WBC title. That's what this fight was really supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then he ended up fighting Dennis Ugas and almost lost the title to Ugas, who is a much lesser fighter than Errol Spence.
Well, as far as we're concerned, we all three had Ugas winning last week. So.
Oh yeah. Now, me personally, like, it could have went either way. It was a toss-up. But, yeah, Ugas, to me personally, I felt like he did do more. He was the aggressor, which I know with Ugas, he's more of a counter-puncher. That's what I've seen from his fights. You know, I've seen him only once before that. But from what I've seen from him, he's a counter-puncher. And for him to be the aggressor and to be the ones to start with the start first, I thought that was a big deal, and I thought that, that the fight was going to go his way, but unfortunately it didn't. But like I said, that should have been Sean Porter losing the WBC title tonight. That's my personal opinion. Now, I think now that Errol Spence has shown this wrinkle in his game, this is going to make fighters like Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, maybe even Danny Garcia, these guys are really not going to fight him now, because now they know that he can control the fight with his jab, and he can pretty much jab them the entire fight, and he doesn't really have to come forward. And he's shown that he can counterpunch too. So now, who knows what the plight of the welterweight division is going to be? And then with Manny Pacquiao, I thought it was a good idea to get him in the ring to kind of hype up the fight, because they were in Dallas. And then if you think about it, Manny Pacquiao has 2 of the top 4 attendance records in AT&T Stadium, which, of course, we know that number 1 was Canelo Liam Smith. Number 2 was Pacquiao-Clottey, which was about 49,000. And then third was this fight tonight, and then fourth was Pacquiao-Margarito. So it made sense for Manny Pacquiao to be in the ring with Errol Spence, who was number 3 on the list for attendance, and then Pacquiao having the other 2 slots. So I think that was very strategic of them, and it was very smart. Now does the fight happen? I would like to see it. You know, I think out of all the people in the PBC, I think Manny Pacquiao is probably going to be the one to probably take it. You know, for the payday, of course. He'll probably be the one to take it out of all of them. Because I don't think Thurman's going to take it right now. I don't think Porter takes it anytime soon. And Danny Garcia, who knows what's going to happen with him. And then I think Terrence Crawford will probably be the last fight to go. I think that's going to be the last fight, the mega fight, of course. And that makes the most sense too. That, you know, you're having a cross promotion. It makes the most sense for that to be the last fight, because it's already built up. Really, if you ask me, because Bob Arum's already talking, so the fight's already built up. But I just think that's the fight to go last. It makes perfect sense. But anyway, that's my call. You know, and like I said, there's other topics I wanted to talk about as far as the Wilder deal and things like that. But I'll say that for tomorrow. And
Well, remember,
the show.
Remember, we'll be on early tomorrow, BJ, so we're going to start at noon Eastern time.
All right, I'll be calling.
All right, awesome, man. Yeah, so tomorrow, we're going to do a show at noon tomorrow, noon Eastern time. So we're going to turn this right around, man, and talk about everything tomorrow. We'll go over the full card tomorrow on the Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia fight. And then we'll also go over some of the DAZN fights and then tell you about the upcoming fights. And then we'll talk about that Wilder deal. And then let's see here. So tomorrow, tomorrow at noon, we'll do all that. And then, so 5 p.m. UK time. That's right. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Yes, 5 p.m. UK time. Yes.
That's right.
For sure.
And the following week we'll be back to regular time. We just have some stuff going on tomorrow. So
yeah, that's right. So we'll be back to regular time. It's usually 7 o'clock on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Sundays, but tomorrow's a different animal. So we got to do it at noon. Trust me, to turn it around that fast is it's not easy for us. So but we want to give you guys a show.
We're almost becoming a 24-hour network the way we're putting out shows, man.
I know. I tell you what, yeah, exactly. My guess, and I don't know this for a fact. I guess it just depends on what happens. That we'll have a show on Tuesday too to talk about the Wilder press conference.
I would bet we are. Yes.
Yeah. So depending on what comes out of that. So there you go. Yeah, Benji. Does Beeb have a date? There it is. All right, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it. Thank you guys all for staying up till 2:30 in the morning here Eastern, and listening to us, man. It really is really nice, man. So we will see you tomorrow at noon, and until then, we'll see you soon.
Assalamu alaikum.